National University of Kyivo-Mohyla Academy, Natsional'nyi Universitet Kyyevo-Mohylians'ka Akademiya is a national, coeducational research university located in Kiev, Ukraine. The Kyivo-Mohyla Academy, the school's predecessor, was established in 1615. The NaUKMA is located on the academy's grounds in the ancient Podil neighborhood. In 1991, it was reorganized, and teaching began the following year. NaUKMA has the highest level of accreditation as outlined by the Ministry of Education and Science of Ukraine, and is one of the 13 educational institutions in Ukraine having a status of a research and autonomous university. NaUKMA takes part in numerous international university collaborations, such as the European University Association. The university is bilingual in Ukrainian and English. It is one of Ukraine's few universities with internationally recognized diplomas. With around 3,000 students, NaUKMA is one of the smallest universities in Ukraine. Alumni of the Kyivo-Mohyla Academy played a formative role in the intellectual and church life of Ukraine and Russia in 17th and 18th centuries. Among the most notable alumni were Hetman Ivan Mazepa and philosopher Grigory Skovoroda. The university is known as pro-Western and served as headquarters for Orange Revolution activists. History. Kyivo-Mohyla Academy, the National University of Kyivo-Mohyla Academy, the predecessor of NaUKMA, is one of the oldest academic and theological schools among Orthodox Christian East European countries. The academy was first opened in 1615 as the school of the Kyiv Bratstvo. In 1632 the Kiev Pekosklavra School and Kiev Brotherhood School merged into the Kyyevo-Mohyla Collegium. The collegium was named Mohylians'ka, the proponent of Western educational standards at the institution. In 1658, under the terms of the Treaty of Hadziach, the collegium obtained the status of an academy, similar to Krakow Academy, and in 1694 was recognized as an academy by the Russian Tsar Ivan V of Russia, then in 1701 reaffirmed by his brother Tsar Peter I of Russia. The academy educated Russian and Ukrainian political and intellectual elite in the 17th and 18th centuries, and it was highly acclaimed throughout Eastern Europe, with the students from modern-day Ukraine, Russia, Poland, Belarus, Romania, Serbia, Bulgaria and Greece. The admissions were open to all social classes. Due to the exceptional quality of the language program, its students often continued their education abroad, which at the time required many of them to convert the religion from the Orthodox Christian to a Roman Catholicism. However, upon the return to Ukraine, they were turning back to their Orthodox roots, which also was necessary in order to attain positions in the clergy or academia. By keep sending the students abroad for education, the Kyivo-Mohyla Academy played a very important role in obtaining from Western Europe the knowledge of the Renaissance and adopting it by Ukraine and Russia. The Kyivo-Mohyla Academy also supported a number of other colleges built on its model, such as the Vasilian College in Moldavia. Hetmans, military leaders of the Zaporozhian Cossacks, were close to the monarch and actively supported the Kyivo-Mohyla Academy. The school flourished under the term of Hetman Ivan Mazepa, an alumnus. Kiev Theological Academy. Kyivo-Mohyla Academy was closed in 1817 by Tsar Alexander I of Russia. In response, alumni of the academy made numerous unsuccessful petitions to the monarch regarding turning Kyivo-Mohyla Academy into a university. Instead, in 1819 Kyivo-Mohyla Academy was turned into Kiev Theological Academy, a purely clerical institution, on comparable terms to its predecessors. admissions became open only to the children of the existing clergy. The key positions were held mostly by the alumni of the St. Petersburg Seminary. In years, the need of a new type of the higher educational institution in the capital of Ukraine, Kiev, has been realized. Certainly, the psychological pressure of the mass upon the higher authorities for allowing an establishment of such a school was growing, but it took a long time before the actual event happened. Thereby St. Vladimir University, as the first European-type secular university of Kiev, was established in 1834 by the Tsar Nicholas I of Russia. During the Soviet Union era, Kiev Theological Academy was closed, its library plundered, and the main church of the school, Kyyevo-Mohylians'ka Cathedral, was destroyed. Academy premises in Soviet period. The premises of the disbanded academy were used for a new Soviet military education facility, the Kiev Higher Naval Political School, the only naval academy that was training specialist commissars for the Soviet Navy. As of today, the university building outside wall still bears mosaic portraying a military ship and the quotes by Vladimir Lenin as a remembrance of the school's totalitarian past. Re-establishment as a modern university following the perestroika and fall of the USSR in 1991. As a result, Kyyevo-Mohyla Academy was re-established with the assistance of Vyacheslav Bryakovetsky, who became the first president of the NaUKMA, National University of Kyyevo-Mohyla Academy. The re-established institution was structured and modeled on the basic concepts of the North America post-secondary educational system. Bachelor's degrees and master's degrees are offered according to the requirements of an academic credit system. In 1992, the 24th of August, the first celebration of the National Independence Day of Ukraine, the first students were matriculated into the classes of NaUKMA. As of June 1995, there were first 6 new graduates of NaUKMA. The research center named Legacy of Kyyevo-Mohyla Academy was founded to establish continuity of the old academy in the newly recreated academy. After the 2-century-long gap of its existence, the NaUKMA also initiated the revival of another historical Ukrainian educational institution, the Ostro Academy. The NaUKMA widely got to be known for being the first university of which students and professors openly protested against the massive electoral selection fraud during the Ukrainian presidential election in 2004. After those events, a museum dedicated to the Orange Revolution was opened at the NaUKMA. Claims on continuity of Kyyevo-Mohyla Academy traditions. Besides NaUKMA, there are 2 modern theological schools, which also claim the continuity of the old Kyyevo-Mohyla Academy academic tradition. These are Kyyevo Theological Academy and Seminary of the Ukrainian Orthodox Church and Kiev Orthodox Theological Academy of the Ukrainian Orthodox Church. NaUKMA, National University of Kyyevo-Mohyla Academy, claims to be the oldest institution of tertiary education in Ukraine. Currently, Lviv University, founded in 1661, is the oldest continuously operating university in Ukraine. It is disputed whether Taras Shevchenko National University of Kyyevo-NaUKMA is the oldest higher education institution in Kyyevo, since NaUKMA formally exists as a university only from 1991 and has had a long break of 174 years in its history. Academics profile. NaUKMA holds the highest accreditation level given by the Ministry of Education and Science of Ukraine and is organized similarly to North American post-secondary institutions. The academic year runs on a trimester system with the longer fall and spring trimesters and a short summer trimester. Fall and spring terms include an extra week of independent study which is aimed to assist students needing to catch up with the coursework and prepare for exams. During undergraduate study, students have an academic major and can choose either a minor or electives. Each course is assigned a number of credits based on credit hours, and grading is done on a 100-point scale. NaUKMA bachelor's degree holders can continue their studies in any of the master's programs at the university. Graduate academic programs leading to a Master of Business Administration, Candidate of Science and Doctor of Science are also offered at NaUKMA. The university was first in Ukraine to join the reforms of the doctoral education within the Bologna process. NaUKMA is a bilingual institution with Ukrainian and English being the languages of instruction, although the primary language is Ukrainian. The university offers business courses in English to the general public, in partnership with Grant MacEwan College of Edmonton, Canada. NaUKMA organizes an annual summer school in Ukrainian studies for international students and an English language term program for international students entitled Transitional Studies, Ukraine and Post-Soviet Space. Recently, a master program, German and European Studies, is offered in collaboration with the University of Vienna. The program is offered in German. Similarly to other public universities in Ukraine, students receive modest monthly scholarship payments from the government. The amount varies according to the student's grades in the previous trimester. Additionally, a number of private scholarships are given to the best students on a merit system. Further, students are awarded scholarship money for the social activities. Thus, awards are given to those who make the greatest contribution to the revival of NaUKMA, to those who excel in the promotion of Ukrainian language and culture. NaUKMA is a state university and governed by the supervising board appointed by the government of Ukraine. The highest university official is the president of NaUKMA, who is Professor Sir H.M. KVIT. Education and research at the university are coordinated by the scientific board. Several public bodies consult the management of the university. These include the International Consulting Board, Board of Trustees, Student Council and Arts Board. Admission to NaUKMA is open to both Ukrainian and international applicants. Admission is granted based on entrance examination scores. Entrance exams are administered as multiple-choice tests covering several subjects including Ukrainian, English, law, mathematics, history of the Kyivo-Mohyla Academy, humanities and natural science, with the tests being machine-scored. The admissions procedure was introduced in order to stem alleged corruption in the admission process. Admission tests are considered challenging and cover a broader range of subjects than the typical entrance examinations held at the majority of other universities in Ukraine. Testing the knowledge of history of the Kyyevo-Mohyla Academy is exceptional among Ukrainian universities. It was introduced because of the role of the university in Ukrainian history. The university also has a department of pre-university training, which organizes test preparation courses for prospective students as well as trial testing sessions. Reputation. In 2009, Delavoy magazine ranked NaUKMA as the second-best university in Ukraine, being nationally the strongest in humanities, third-best in economics and second-best in law, according to the independent ranking of 228 universities in Ukraine performed by Compass. NaUKMA was ranked second-best in Ukraine regarding the adequacy of alumni to the labor market of Ukraine. In 2007, both the Ministry of Education and Science of Ukraine and the Natsional'nyi, a weekly national newspaper, ranked NaUKMA in third place among the Ukrainian universities. Likewise, the university's business school has the best reputation in the country. The Delavoy magazine ranked the Kyyevo-Mohyla Business School as the best business school in Ukraine in 2007. NaUKMA was ranked as number 4 in the ranking Top 200 Ukraine conducted by UNESCO in 2007. In the International Webometrics ranking of world universities, the university features at 2,055 out of 8,000 ranked institutions and second best among Ukrainian universities. NaUKMA often hosts visits of foreign and national politicians. Among the latest visitors were Yapda Hoopshefa, Alejandro Toledo, David Kilgore and Jean Kration. NaUKMA in the rankings of universities in Ukraine, institutions associated with NaUKMA. Following its re-establishment, NaUKMA has been active in the revival and founding of institutions sharing a common vision of educational standards. Thus, NaUKMA assisted with the development of the National University of Ostroh Academy, the Taras Shevchenko Pedagogical University of Kremenets, and the Petro-Mohyla State University of Mykolaiv until they became separate independent universities. However, these schools still share a common admissions system with NaUKMA. Moreover, NaUKMA is an umbrella institution for a network of high schools throughout Ukraine called the collegiums. The curricula of collegiums aim to prepare the students for the NaUKMA entrance exams. The university publishing house Kyyevo-Mohyla Academy, which specializes in publishing scientific and educational literature in Ukraine, is situated on the NaUKMA campus. Foreign partner universities. The university maintains relations with a number of partner universities both through formal bilateral agreements and schemes like Erasmus Mundus. Current bilateral agreements are outlined below. Research. Science at NaUKMA is organized into 6 faculties, 29 departments and 24 research centers. An annual scientific conference DNI NaUKMA takes place in the last week of January. The main focus of research at the NaUKMA is in the fields of economics, law and humanities. Many faculty members hold permanent positions at the research institutes of the National Academy of Science of Ukraine, and NaUKMA students are allowed to use its facilities for scientific and educational purposes. Libraries. The library of the old Kyyevo-Mohyla Academy contained a notable collection of the books. However, the archive was plundered in 1920s when the academy was closed. The university administration focuses on creating a research library equipped to modern standards. In addition to the central undergraduate library, there is a number of the departmental libraries as well as reading halls for research and periodicals. Further, several international cultural organizations such as the Goethe Institute, British Council and American Library are located on campus premises and are open to the public. Also, all the NaUKMA students have an access to the Vernadsky National Library of Ukraine campus. The university occupies the grounds of the Kyyevo-Mohyla Academy in the Podil neighborhood, from Kontraktorova Square to the Dnieper River. The campus of NaUKMA is composed of a number of buildings constructed in the times of its predecessor institutions. The oldest buildings date from the 17th century, and include the Halshka Halevichyevna House and the older academic building also called the Mazepa Building in honor of its financier Hetman Ivan Mazepa. The Mazepa building contains the Congregation Hall for ceremonial events, the Center for Contemporary Art and the Research Library. In the same neighborhood is the Historical Museum complex of the Kyyevo-Mohyla Academy. Although the building is undergoing renovation, the complex contains a sundial and the House of Halshka Halevichyevna, which was the first building of the Kiev Brotherhood School. Another historical building called the Bursa faces the Dnieper River and was used as a student dormitory during the time of the Kyyevo-Mohyla Academy. The Blavovershenska Church, built in 1740 for students, is also on the NaUKMA campus. Most other buildings were constructed during the time of Kiev Theological Academy, with some additions made during the Soviet era. The dormitories are situated outside the main campus. An environmentally friendly office called the Green Office was recently opened at the Department of Environmental Studies at NaUKMA and uses modern, energy-saving and environmentally friendly technologies. The project was largely the initiative of students and is the first example of an office based on sustainable development in a Ukrainian educational institution. University traditions. Following re-establishment, the NaUKMA academic community has attempted to restore the traditions of its predecessor. However, during NaUKMA's reincarnation, several new traditions have been founded. Every year on the 15th of October, the school celebrates Academy Day, and NaUKMA students wash the monument of the noted Kyyevo-Mohyla alumnus philosopher, Grigory Skovoroda. This action is called Clean Skovoroda. The monument of Skovoroda in front of the university is also decorated with a mortarboard during the annual graduation ceremony held on the 28th of June. Another tradition during the ceremony is to carry the university turtle named Alma around the new graduates, who make wishes while touching her shell. A student tradition connecting the old Kyyevo-Mohyla Academy and NaUKMA is theatrical performances called verteps. Verteps possibly were introduced by the students of the old academy. They are performed during different festive events. Lastly, it is a tradition to open each academic year with a welcome event for the new students, followed by a lecture by a renowned scientist, who is given an honorary professorship at the university. The ceremony of new NaUKMA student initiation includes taking a traditional student oath. During the first term at NaUKMA, students of all faculties introduce themselves to the academic community during the acquaintance ball. Student life. Despite the relatively small number of NaUKMA students, there are a number of extracurricular activities on campus. NaUKMA students are also known for their activism, which is also supported by the university administration. Notable among the student organizations on campus are the Student Council, the Christian Students' Union, Mohyla Intellectual Club, the Student Brotherhood, the Ecological Clubs Alina Helia, and the Youth Center for Humanities. The NaUKMA student portal .net UA is an online platform for student and alumni communication. Sports courses are compulsory for NaUKMA students in the 2 years of study. These courses include elements of calisthenics, sport and fitness exercises. Additionally, there are a number of student sport groups ranging from combat to Actigo. Arts and music at NaUKMA are represented by the Center of Culture and Art and the Center for Contemporary Art. Notable alumni and faculty members. Alumni of the old Kyyevo-Mohyla Academy have played an important role in Ukrainian professional life. Many hetmans of Zaporozhian Cossacks, political leaders of Ukraine in the 17th and 18th centuries, were educated here. These include Ivan Mazepa, Pyotr Pawlik, Pavlo Polybotok, Ivan Skoropadsky and Ivan Samoilovich. The Chancellor of Russia Alexander Bezborodko was of Ukrainian origin and an alumnus. The Kyyevo-Mohyla Academy was a religious school of note in the Orthodox world, and archbishops of the Russian Empire such as Stephen Yavorsky and Ferovan Prokopovich, as well as the Metropolitan Bishop of Rostov Dmitry of Rostov, were all alumni. More recently, several generations of writers, artists and scholars scholars have been schooled at the Kyyevo-Mohyla Academy. Examples include writer Simeon of Polotsk, architect Ivan Ryhorovich Barsky, and composer Artemy Podil. Ukrainian philosopher Ryhorij Skovroda was another alumnus of the university. Mikhail Lomonosov, Russian scientist and founder of Moscow University, was briefly a student at Kyyevo-Mohyla Academy. After 1819, when the university was turned into a purely religious institution, it still upheld its international reputation and has been an alma mater for the Moldavian poet Alexei Materovici and Metropolitan Bishop of the Romanian Orthodox Church Vissarion Puiu. Alumni of NaUKMA are employed by national and international companies, research and governmental institutions, and many graduates continue their studies abroad. Journalist and politician Andriy Shevchenko and the contemporary Ukrainian writer Marina Tsoklian studied at NaUKMA.